Hey guys, this is Meera.
I'm Nikki, and welcome to You Belong in Law.
Okay, so this episode we're going to talk about LSAT studying and how it's really just truly different for everyone. It's everyone's own experience.
Yeah.
And I think we are really fit for this conversation because we have mostly opposite but kind of similar styles of this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like just to get into it, like LSAT is just so different for every single person. Like, to just preface, it has nothing to do with your real knowledge. It's completely unrelated to like the scope of how well you understand. It's just a completely different beast. And me and Mira, it's very on brand for us right now because we are actively studying for it. And I don't know, I guess I can start with like studying for the LSAT while being in school at the time. Mira didn't really experience this, but I did. So I'll start with my experience and then you can shift to yours.
Yeah, I think it is really important to note though that for anyone in this boat right now, feeling like they're really overwhelmed with this test, and I think everyone should know that if you're in this boat, if you feel really overwhelmed, like it's okay. This is meant to make you feel like this. Not no one is gonna go into this test thinking, "Oh, this is amazing. Like I got this," unless you're like that 1% that really likes taking tests.
I mean, even then, like, even if you are, I just think, and like, we have students come to us for like our Willow platform and they're like, like, I'm just not a good test taker. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, it's unrelated. Like, it has nothing to do with anything. It's unrelated. You could be a bad test taker. You could be an amazing test taker. It's completely unrelated. And for me, to get into my experience, I'm a very bad test taker. I mean, it depends. I'm good, but I have to study a lot, like an extensive amount. Mira's the opposite.
I
Like she
cram.
doesn't. Yeah, I have to like if I have an exam, I study like 10 days in advance. I'll like go to the library, like I'll study like mornings, I'll space it out on my calendar. Like I know it's coming up, so I have to lock in. But
I can't
again,
do that at all. Like
yeah.
the thought of sitting 5 days before a test, that like mortifies me. Like I need
Yeah.
to be cramming the night date or the
Yeah.
night before. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I have this test. Like it's like my anxiety. Like it tells me like, oh, you're gonna fail. Like you need to do this. And that's when I'm like, okay, I need to lock in.
And unfortunately, both of these things have nothing to do with how well you do on the LSAT. Like, you could be a crammer, you could be like heavily like planning in advance. Yes, for sure, don't cram the LSAT, but also like plan it out, like really understand where you are. For the advice I would give is like first take a PT, see where your diagnostic even is. Like go on Law Hub. There, I think like tests 140 to like 150. They're free. Take 141. That's the one I recommend.
That's one we took. I think
141 is like a good diagnostic test. It tells you exactly where you are. And just see where you are, like what this exam even is without even looking at the material. And you learn it step by step, like going question type by question type, like understanding like the logic. Some people, they are natural at this exam. Like,
I was gonna
think they
say
are.
that. Like I think it's different for everyone, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I think when I went to this test, I'm not going question type to question type. Like I think that would make me mad. Like I want it all to be thrown at me at once, and I think that's really helping me honestly because I will get bored. So I tried to tutor and it was just the fact that I was like, okay, I don't want to do this. Like I want to
Yeah.
just be thrown at it.
Some people aren't good with tutoring, but I will say, like with question types, like again, everyone's different. But even like taking mine out of it with the LSAT, again, everyone learns differently, but the different question types do administer differently.
Mhm.
Some people can retain all of it at once, and some people can't. I can't because they're logically different. Like one of the portions of the LSAT, it's so like mind boggling thinking about it. Like the first portion, which is inference, it teaches you how to logically understand an argument, how to take information and take it with 100% to be true.
And then predict.
And then, well, yeah, like you literally will predict based off everything you were given. Like you were given that information, it's going to be in there. And then the other chunk is like discrepancies and argument assumptions, which is like you are assuming only. You are just assuming that, like, hey, if I give you this, what's missing? And like figure it out. There's no evidence that you can conclude from. You have to figure out like what is in that gap that I need. And it trains you. It trains you how to be a lawyer. It trains you how to go to law school, which is great. But again, very high stake test. You have 35 minutes to take each
Yes.
section.
I would recommend though, when you go into the PT, I know a lot, this is probably really bad advice, but I would take it untimed. Like I think
Oh yeah,
I took my first
100%.
diagnostic timed and I was so discouraged. Like my score, I was 10 points below what I scored when I did it on time.
Well, because time is a whole other component of it.
I keep staring at the time. I'm like, okay, I have this much left. And I start guessing. Like at one point my brain will be like, okay, you don't have enough time to answer all of them, at least
Yeah.
go through all of them.
Yeah.
I think I got more of a gauge of like where I'm at and what I really need to do. And I think that was really helpful for me.
Because really, like the exam itself, the component of what you're learning, it's something you've never learned before. You learn how to read again, you learn how to understand what concepts are, you learn how to form sentences. It's actually insane. But I think from like a normal person's point of view, when they start opening that book for LSAT prep, it is so poorly written. You're not used to reading things like this. It's not normal. But
yeah, like there's still, I mean, for commas, for example, like commas really help the passage.
you get used to it.
It
You
tells
start
you when to
learning.
pause. That's what I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
need to pause, I need to understand this, and then I need to like keep going. And it's really helped me with just translating as I go. I'm like, okay, like I'll read two sentences, like, okay, this needs to be highlighted. Like this is obviously the component.
One thing I've learned that whenever I started reading was to draw brackets. That really helped my brain was like, okay, when you read it, you gotta draw a bracket to stop and pause and then go to the next so you can understand what it's saying. And a really good tip I just read too that I always did, and then I read about it, I think it was on like an LSAT prep company's Instagram. They were like, order of stimulus to answer choices. Read stimulus, go to answer choices. Wrong. Read stimulus 2, 3 times, then go. Because you're going to end up reading it again. Then going to answer choices and getting it fast is so much more efficient than reading it, going back, reading it, going back. So.
No, I completely agree. Like, so Nikki, I think you would really like Ellen Cassidy's like
I have
loophole
loophole.
cohort. No, the cohort online.
Oh.
And it's genuine. Like the bracket thing was on there too, and like the stimulus thing, everything. I'm like, wow, like this is really. I think everyone's different, and like what sticks for you won't stick for someone else. And this is working so good for me. And I think it's also the fact that it's on my own time.
Yeah.
Like I can like sit there at like 10 p.m. and do it. I mean,
Yeah.
she also did say the reason why I've been trying to wake up early is she said that it should be your first priority.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. So it's like, I think she's just an amazing person to me. Like, I think she's the coolest person.
I actually wasn't a morning person before the LSAT. This test really changes you as a person, like in a good way too. Like I genuinely, like Meera, I would wake up so late. I remember it was last summer. Yeah, I've been doing this for a year now, by the way. Last summer, and before that, I started like March. I remember I was traveling. I was doing different stuff. I mean, I was going through a lot of hardships too, but I didn't understand like the breakdown of like let's lock in. And then oh my god, I was at Starbucks. I was sitting at Starbucks and I was reading my loophole book. And
Stop, I was doing the same thing.
really? Oh my god. And it was afternoon time because I would start my day in the afternoon. It was so bad. And this girl approached me and she was like, hey, like I scored a 180 on my LSAT. If you want my tutor. And I cut her off and I was like, please give it. I was like, give it now. And she gave me her tutor, and that was my tutor, which I actually work for now for her company. But again, tutoring is different for everyone. Like, it didn't work for Meera. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Someone approached me randomly. It was so strange.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then I mean, a lot of people like tutoring. So many people recommend it. Like, they prefer it because it's their way of learning, especially with the LSAT. Others, they learn it differently, they process it differently.
And so it was either like an online test prep thing or they would use a book. I mean, I've tried all the platforms.
And the reason I like tutoring is because, and we can give our perspectives on like why we like what we like. So like maybe anyone sitting in our shoes can relate. But
yeah, I think that would, because we do have different reasons of why we like what we like.
For example, like for me, I with the LSAT, and it's weird. I operate both ways, kind of like how Meera is and myself. But for example, there's certain topics where I like to just have the information given to me and I learn it on my own. And then there's other topics where I really struggle with, like the LSAT when I did. And it's just so hard for me to like understand it on my own. I have to have a mentor tell me why I got it wrong. And regardless of if you have a tutor or not, the only way you will progress is when you have an explanation to why you got it wrong. The reason I couldn't do books was because on those books, it's generic responses on this is why B is wrong and this is why A is right. Well, I didn't select B for that reason. I didn't. I selected B for another reason. And my tutor would tell me, and she understood, oh, okay, well, this is why you selected that, and that's why it's wrong. Then that part of my brain that I was struggling with, I was like, okay, now I know. And that's how I learned. So I progressed that way. Everyone's different again. Like Meera didn't like tutoring. She learns on her own and she prefers it that way. Books don't help me, but so many people I know, they use books and they like it and they fit it fine. And like sometimes it's like the coincidence of luck where like those explanations or those given prompts are for that person. Like that's how they learn. That's how they select it. And I'm just a different person. I don't do that.
No, I completely agree with you. Like, I mean, I think it's, let me like start talking a little bit more about my LSAT journey because I think it's kind of unique.
Yeah.
It's very different. So I tried studying for this test my sophomore year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like March. And I did my time PT. I was like, wow, this is low. Like I can't do this right now.
No way.
Then I tried studying all of summer last year, but I just like I would sit down 1 week and I'm like, oh no, I'm good for like 3 weeks. And it was like I just couldn't, like I didn't have that urgency in me, like, hey, you need to do this. And then thought about getting a tutor and actually approached Nikki's tutor. Another tutor approached me and I did try that as well. Did not really work for me. I think the way he taught just didn't really work with my brain.
We didn't know where we were going. And then I think recently me and Meera,
In May.
yeah, we found what worked for us and we kind of stuck to it.
So yeah, in May is when I finally started my self-study journey. I mean, I can't even say that. It was like June. Like it wasn't even
Yeah.
May.
Yeah.
Like June 8th. I remember the date. And it's been what, like 20 days, and I feel like I've learned a lot. I do grasp onto things really fast, and even going into the test, like I was missing questions, but it wasn't that bad. Like it was honestly just logical errors, and like I said, I pick up things really fast. So I'm kind of understanding what it is, and I am liking where you said you need someone to explain why you got it wrong. I kind of just sit there and I try to figure out myself because if someone else explains it to me, I'm not gonna understand it then. Like I need to explain it back to myself of why I got it wrong. Because I'll just rely on that information, like, oh yeah, you're just gonna tell me what I did wrong.
Yeah.
But I need myself to figure it out, like, okay, why did you get this question wrong? Like, what is going on here? So, something you guys might have not known is that we're both actually trying to apply for the fall 2027 cycle. So we really want to go into law school
Yeah.
next fall. That might change in like 6 months on a podcast. Like, oh, we're taking gap years.
6 days, 6 hours. You never really know with Meera and I, but yeah, I mean, this whole thing is supposed to be our journey, living in it with us, and you guys are just watching us go.
Because you guys also belong in law.
Yeah.
I mean, we all do. I think a really good idea, Nikki, is if you can let them know what some tips that you guys have or that you did have
For LSAT?
Yeah, so maybe like say, I think before we end this episode, like I think we should talk about like a few tips or what has helped you.
And then also like just to go into like some niche tips, and we can also go over this like more extensively in like another podcast, but really like some tips that really helped me if you're like a learner like I am. I really enjoyed doing reverse engineering drills, and I actually posted about this today on my law page, Nikki's Law Diary, which I follow. But I posted about reverse engineering, which is a concept of prematurely like articulating the entire drill that you're doing. So let's say you're doing a section and you just, or let's say you're doing a drill on a question type and you just can't get past like a medium level must be true question. So that happened to me. And from my experience, my tutor, which was the best thing ever happened to me, she had me reverse engineer it, which was I completed the drill without doing it. So I selected it as complete. Then I got all the answers to that drill in advance. And I knew the answers to all of them. And so then what I did was I went through each one, justified or I would actually read the stimulus a couple of times, then I would go to the answer choices and justify why A is right and why B, C, D, and E are incorrect. And that helped me a lot because, and this is advice that any test prep company will give you, any podcast listen to, anyone. The LSAT is designed not to test your knowledge, but it's designed to see if you can understand the test maker's brains. So when you reverse engineer and you understand and justify why these answer choices are wrong and why they're correct, you're putting your mind into the lens of those test makers and you're understanding, okay, this is wrong because of that, not because of why I selected it. Or this is wrong and it was a highly selected answer, but it's wrong for this reason. That's why I won't pick it next time. And it really helped me focus in on a different lens and see, like, okay, this is why these are wrong and these are why this is correct. And the most important thing to know is there's always one correct answer and there's always four incorrect ones. And at first, when I heard that advice, I was like, well, obviously, like, what does that even mean? And then the more I did these, I learned, like, okay, yeah, the reason why people say that is because that one correct answer choice, if you cannot understand why the other four are wrong, you have not understood the question type. You can understand why a question is correct, that's easy. But if you can't understand why the other answer choices are wrong, then the question type is not understood properly. And so you need to reread, go back and understand the topic, watch videos, read your book, whatever is needed. Because more than likely, yes, and some questions are harder than others. I took a lot of breaks during the LSAT, which is why I've been administering this for a year now. The more breaks I took, the higher my score got. It was so weird.
So, like I said, our website, I mean, I didn't mention this episode, but in our previous episode, like I said, we do provide tutoring services. And I think that if you guys do want, I know Nikki has all these guides of like what the question types are and what it could be. And if you guys do want this resource, we are, I mean, it's going to be on our website. You guys can meet with us for a consultation. And Nikki kind of can just go over the resources with you if you guys think that's better. Because obviously tutoring can be expensive and we want to make it as affordable for you guys. And if you're like me who likes to self-study, but these resources could help me self-study, a tip that I think is really helpful is quality over quantity. So quality really matters over quantity. Like before I was like, I need to study for this many hours, but yesterday I was drilling for an hour and something before I got to my time section, and I was like, it really flew. And I think that quality does matter. Like if you're getting the questions right, if you're spending more time on it and just like doing a few and actually like spending the time and energy on them, it's gonna be way more beneficial.
Take your time. Like my tutor always told me that LSAT is a marathon, not a race. So take your time. There's no like rush. You need to understand it's better to go slow and get the results you want than go faster and get below the results you're needing. It's just never worth it, ever.
I think another really big thing is just working out and like feeling more in your body. I think
Your mental health. And that's another thing we really want to get into is like the psychology behind like how to administer this test, the mental health behind it, like how you need to prep your brain and your body when you are actually like extensively going through this exam. It's so critical, it's so important, and it really does affect your score. Yeah, I hope we can get into those later on and bring y'all those resources.
Yeah. I think that we're mostly just focused on logical reasoning, but there is a lot of stuff like this in a reading comp that we're definitely going to get into in another video. I think me and Nikki both stress logical reasoning so much because it's like 2 of your sections out of the 3.
It's the most weighted, so you really need to make sure you prioritize logical reasoning, but also reading comp. So
completely agree with you.
And then you have to consider.
When you mentioned the science passage, that if anyone can go into law school, if they can study for the LSATs, and it just clicks though. At one point, it'll click for you. Like
you just learn to read again. That's all it is. You're learning to read again,
and like translate it, and like kind of make it into your own words of what you're reading.
So you're reading a passage, and you're like, "What does this mean?" Then you understand it by yourself. Then you're like, "Okay." And then go back in
what the author was trying to tell you.
Yes, then you understand what it's saying, and then using only the information it gave you, answer the question.
And you have to do that in what, like under a minute? So that's what the LSAT is.
We'll get into other episodes, and hopefully we can bring more
insights and I mean what we're going through because we're kind of studying for it right now in our own way.
Yep, maybe we're gonna see how I
hopefully not. I mean, kind of.
What? No, hopefully not.
To
Hopefully
take
not.
it with you.
No, but we'll see. We'll keep you updated on our journey.
Yeah,
so.
and if you guys do want the material that Nikki was referencing, I think it's really helpful, especially if you are self learning, you don't have a tutor, you don't have the money for a tutor. It's not that expensive. We're gonna try and make it as affordable and do the best we can. Obviously, we want to still provide back. It is a nonprofit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you do want to check out the material, set up a consultation. We'll talk to you guys.
And we'll have our website in the link. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yes, we will have the website. We're finally YouTube verified.
Yes.
As of this morning, I got a message.
No way! Oh my god, awesome.
I had to verify myself, so now we can post links and do all that fun stuff. Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.